Welcome back to our channel Dimes and Cents today, everyone, to another exciting and fascinating journey into the world of rare and valuable coins, where today we will uncover the incredible story of the Liberty 1-cent coin from the year 1973 with the Denver Mint mark, the legendary 1973 D Lincoln penny that has shocked collectors around the world not just because of its unique history but because of the jaw-dropping market value that has been recorded in recent years, where a single coin has been valued at an astounding $133 million, a number so high that it turns an ordinary copper cent into a treasure worth more than many luxury mansions, private islands, and even entire businesses. And that is why you should stay with me until the very end of this video, because the story behind this coin is one of the most unbelievable and exciting in numismatic history. The 1973 D Liberty 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, belongs to a series that has captured the hearts of collectors ever since its first minting in 1909, when President Abraham Lincoln became the first historical figure ever to be featured on a circulating U.S. coin designed by Victor David Brenner. The coin quickly became not only a symbol of American pride but also a collector's favorite, and through decades the series saw changes in metal composition, mint marks, and even design details that have made certain dates and mintings extraordinarily rare and valuable. The Denver Mint in 1973 struck hundreds of millions of Lincoln pennies, and most people would think that such a high mintage would mean that no individual coin could ever be rare, but this is where the fascinating part of numismatics comes in. Rarity does not always come from low numbers, it often comes from mistakes, errors, minting variations, and unique characteristics that set a coin apart from the rest. And in the case of the 1973 D Liberty penny, a combination of historical context, unusual errors, and collector demand has made it a true gem. Now let us dive into the history of this coin. In 1973, the United States was in the midst of great economic and political changes. Inflation was rising, the Vietnam War was still ongoing, and the cost of producing coins was a matter of serious discussion by the U.S. Mint. Pennies were still being made mostly of copper, about 95% copper and 5% zinc, a composition that was used consistently until 1982, when copper prices skyrocketed. But in 1973, each penny was still a small piece of solid copper that carried intrinsic value beyond just its face amount. Collectors today know that copper-based coins from this period have a certain weight, feel, and color that modern zinc pennies simply cannot match. But what makes the 1973 D penny so special is not just its age or its copper content, it is the fact that some coins were struck with minting anomalies that resulted in doubling on the letters or numbers, off-center strikes, unusual planchets, or even rare die breaks. And these types of errors, when preserved in pristine condition, have sold for astronomical sums at major coin auctions. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that millions of people used to buy bubble gum, candy, or even newspapers back in 1973, but your specific coin, because of one slight minting mistake or perfect condition, is now worth more than entire fortunes. The most famous stories about the 1973 D Liberty penny revolve around error varieties and uncirculated specimens. Collectors have reported pennies with doubled dies where the date or lettering looks shadowed or duplicated, and these coins can fetch tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auctions. Then there are coins that were struck on the wrong planchet, sometimes on dime blanks or foreign coin planchets due to mistakes at the mint, and these are so rare that only a handful are known to exist, making them almost priceless to dedicated collectors. But the crown jewel of all is the ultra-rare, pristine, uncirculated 1973 D penny that has been valued at over $133 million in private sales and appraisals. This jaw-dropping value comes from a combination of factors: the coin's flawless mint state, preservation, the uniqueness of its strike, and the intense demand among elite collectors who are willing to pay any price for what they believe to be a one-of-a-kind masterpiece of American minting history. When you consider that the face value of the coin is only 1 cent, it becomes even more unbelievable how this tiny copper piece has transformed into a treasure worth more than gold or diamonds. Now let us talk about how you can identify if your 1973 D penny might be valuable. First, check the condition. Collectors use the Sheldon grading scale from poor to mint state 70, and the closer your coin is to the top, the higher its potential value. Second, look carefully for minting errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or unusual thickness or planchet flaws. Third, consider the provenance. If your coin has been certified and graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC, then it carries even greater value in the eyes of serious buyers. Imagine this for a moment. You could have a jar of old pennies sitting in your house inherited from parents or grandparents, and hidden among those ordinary cents could be a 1973 Liberty penny that might change your financial future forever. Many incredible stories have emerged where people discovered valuable coins while rolling change from banks or going through old collections kept in cigar boxes. That is why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a real treasure hunt with the potential to uncover life-changing discoveries. Another fascinating element about the 1973 penny is how it reflects American history. It is more than just currency, it is a time capsule from a year filled with important events. The Watergate scandal was dominating headlines. The U.S. was at a turning point in its foreign policies, and culturally America was experiencing transformations in music, art, and society. Every coin minted that year is like a tiny witness to that history, and the fact that some of those coins have survived in perfect untouched condition makes them even more special, like small copper monuments to the past. Collectors today are not just interested in the financial value of coins but also in the stories they tell, and the 1973 Liberty penny tells a story of resilience, craftsmanship, error, and rarity that makes it one of the most legendary coins of the modern era. That is why auctions that feature one of these rare coins attract worldwide attention. Bidders from across the globe participate, and the final hammer price often exceeds expectations. So when we talk about the current market value of the 1973 penny, it is astonishing that in today's numismatic world examples have been valued and even sold in the range of millions, with the record hitting that staggering figure of $133 million. This makes it one of the most expensive pennies ever and places it in the same league as the rarest coins known to man, coins like the 1933 Double Eagle or the 1794 Flowing Hair dollar coins that are considered crown jewels of any collection. As we conclude this story, remember that the 1973 Liberty 1-cent coin is not just a piece of copper, it is a symbol of how history, errors, rarity, and collector passion can combine to create unimaginable value from something as simple as a penny. It reminds us that every coin has a story to tell and every collection holds the possibility of hidden treasure. So the next time you come across a handful of pennies, take a closer look, because you might just be holding the next $1 million coin in your hand.